Hi, I'm Kajer on Two Wheels, and I am going to review a Kymco Pulsar 125. Stay tuned, this is going to be funny. Now, why the Kymco Pulsar 125? Well, this is a subscriber's bike and it is 3 years old. And I'm reviewing this absolutely boring bike, which matters absolutely nothing, simply because a subscriber told me several times that he hates his own motorcycle. And that's not normal. A guy buys a bike and usually likes his bike and it's the best bike in the world, no matter whatever anyone says. So that's definitely not normal. So I wanted to figure out why this guy hates his own bike. And then he told me. It kind of fell apart. So this Kymco is a Taiwanese company which makes decent scooters. I haven't yet tested one, and I dread to do it after riding this one for a bit. Supposedly their scooters are good, but this is not a scooter, and frankly it's not that good. So let's start front to back. First things first, the tires are weird. The front one is an 18-inch rim, and I don't know the width because the tire doesn't tell me what's the width, but it's really thin. The rear one's a 110 width 16-inch rim, so the wheels don't really match. You'll notice that it has a performance exhaust. That's because the original exhaust broke and fell off at 1.5 years or so, still under warranty. The dealership didn't give the guy warranty for almost anything, including an engine issue where the bike wouldn't start or would then turn off randomly after like half an hour while it was riding along. So that's one of the reasons why he hates the bike. It keeps failing. He crashed on the bike. That's why this is skewed. Okay, that was a subscriber, probably recognized. This is a bit skewed because he crashed on the bike, and I feel the handlebars are slightly twisted. This suspension is really thin, as in an inch thick. This is like half the thickness of Candy's, and that's a super light. It's also 125. So this looks like it came from a bicycle. The disc brake is really tiny and not that effective at all. Okay, the exhaust is already corroded. Everything on this bike after 3 years is corroded, and the guy is very, very careful with her. Want to see how careful he is with his bike? Look at this chain. It's completely swimming in grease and it is super clean. And the rest of the bike has corrosion everywhere. He says he dunks it in WD-40 every chance he gets, and yet there's corrosion everywhere. Okay, here is normal because of wear and tear. But this is not normal. This is not that normal. This is definitely not normal. This is, if he didn't maintain, which he does, but this isn't. Okay, so yeah, corrosion proof? No, not really, unless you live in a desert. If you live anywhere near the sea, you're fucked. And that's what happened here. Another thing he changed the brake pump. This is not the original one, because the original brake, he said you could push it all the way back and it still wouldn't brake that much. Well, now you don't need to push it all the way back for it to still not brake all that much. That brake, I don't think that brake's legal because it's so weak. I can't believe that brake is actually road legal. It can't be. It's too soft. More stuff he hates. Vibrates a lot. It's poorly built. Fit and finish is, well, horrible. He can't fill up the bike or else fuel comes out. That's why this has all this look, because fuel comes out from here if he fills it up. The fuel gauge is not very accurate because it keeps saying empty, and he puts like 10 liters and then it goes into the first little quarter tank full, and then he puts another 3 liters and then it says it's full. So this is useless. This vibrates a lot. You can't really see where the red line is on this one. The controls look like they came from a hardware store, which they probably did. Oh, that's cool. So look at this. This is the indicator, left, right, no indicator, which is high beams, low beams. What would it really cost that much to make a separate button? The air, the horn, I haven't even tested the horn. It does have a kill switch for some reason. Has 3 settings for lights, not sure why. Not really sure I want to go into that. Mirrors are new because the original ones were useless, so he fitted these mirrors, he fitted this brake pump, he changed the tires to something slightly better. But I think the hatred is so much he didn't even buy anything decent, just something that wouldn't make him fall over all the time. Side stands does not stay in fucking place for anything, so it's useless. The center stand is also kind of useless because I tried putting it in on the center stand and it nearly flew off. Yeah, I wrote this a bit and I really understand why he hates it. I'm just going to ride around town on this. Oh, the gear lever is a bit weird. The clutch lever is very soft, but this is tightened, so it doesn't really fit all that well. You'll see he's got tape everywhere. He had to tape this up so water wouldn't go into the headlamp. It's a mess, okay? It's supposed to be a cheap bike, but I would expect a cheap bike to still have some measure of quality, which this one does not have. It looks really, really primitive. This is a 3-year-old bike that looks 10 years old. Oh, did I mention it vibrates a lot? It vibrates so much my feet are numb for riding it half an hour. Or even less. And I'm not really sure how much fuel I have. Just to help matters. Oh, look, this was an emergency brake. And this jolt was the clutch engaging, which it sometimes does, just jumps. Let's try an emergency brake here. Saw that? That was the front locking up and it still wasn't braking all that much. Much noise, no go. And it's slow even for 1 to 5. So yeah, the engine is not that much. Let's try braking again. It feels like the brake has that feeling of having oil on the disc. Okay, you know when you're cleaning up your bike and sometimes you get a bit of WD-40 on the disc? Happened to me. I'm sure it happened to many people along the years. And then you know it's there. So you go for a very quick ride, you clean it up as best you can, and you go for a very quick and apprehensive ride trying to clean it up. And when you brake the first time, you feel this, you're braking, but it's not actually biting, it keeps sliding, and instead of braking, it's slowing down. Yeah, well, that's how this works, all the time. Let's see again. I think I'm going 50 and brake. And that's it. It slows down, doesn't really brake. So the brakes are weak. The handling, though, it's nice, okay? Not the only thing I liked about this is cornering on it. It's not that bad. It actually works. It feels good cornering. This one, it's stable. Whoa, what the hell happened here? Let's brake. Okay, let's try a fast start. Softly. Did you see this jolt? I did not touch the gear lever, the clutch. I kept the clutch exactly where it was, and it had stopped biting, and then it suddenly jolted. It jolted so much, I think I actually lifted the front. So let's go again. Start, quick start. Why? So yeah, it has some issues, a lot. But the cornering is nice. I like the way it corners. That's the only thing I really like, because this, okay, in Portuguese you call it ciclística, cyclistics something, meaning the geometry of it is good. Okay, even though the wheels don't match, 18 at the front, 16 at the rear, weird width tires, it does corner well. But that's about the only thing it does well, because I actually, on the Portuguese video, I started going, no, it's not a bad bike, it corners well, and if you discount the brakes, the engine, which is not that good, and the mirrors, which don't work, and the instruments, which are between horrible and useless, and the build quality, and if you also discount the tires, and if you also discount and then whoa, hang on, I'm discounting everything. Just about the only thing this can do moderately well is corner. so yeah, I understand fully why he hates the bike, although hate is a bit too much. It's a bad bike, it's not a good one, it's not horrible, but he's had some relatively regular reliability problems with it, and that's why he hates it. He's tired of the reliability problems, and that's why he hates it, basically. Because other than that, the riding position is very odd. I'm sitting straight up, or nearly straight up. The riding position is very close to my old CBF 125, but my feet are forwards up, so the foot pegs are practically underneath my knees, while in a normal bike the foot pegs are usually underneath your bum, so your legs go like so. On this one your legs go like so, which feels weird. Okay, it feels weird, but you get used to it. Okay, it is a different but acceptable riding position. It can be kind of comfy, especially if you're in town for just quick commuting and package delivery and that kind of stuff. And that's just about the only neutral points I have about this bike. This is another issue, going from first to second. It's a disaster. So gearbox is not that good, neutral light does not turn on, the clutch lever is horrible, it doesn't fit correctly, the brakes are horrible, and these are upgraded ones with a new brake pump, because I dread to think what was the original one. If this hardly brakes, the original one from which he upgraded, that was probably something completely insane. Oh my god. All of this looks really primitive. Looks like a 70s bike that was bought and built in the 70s. Yeah, that's what this looks like. It's a 3-year-old bike that looks 30 years old, sincerely. Sheesh. Okay. So yeah, this one has the very, very dubious distinction of being the only bike I have rode and hated. I had a slight dislike after the Portuguese video, but after this one, I have a serious dislike on this, okay? And I tried to find something good. I can't even know what speed I'm at. This is also useless, it's unreadable. This is 50, I think. I take like 5 seconds to look at what speed I am, and then it vibrates everywhere. So if you're anywhere where they are strict with speed limits, just forget about it. Does have a gear indicator? Wow, that's awesome. But still, let's try to do a smooth start. That's candy. Let's try to do a real smooth start. On? No, okay. And it hops. Let's try to do a smooth start again. No hopping. Get it? How is this possible? Look, smooth start. Look at my hand. Smooth start. Look. And it hops. Why? Whenever the clutch engages, it hops. Stop hopping! Man! The more I ride this, the less I like it. It's junk. Okay? I tried. I seriously tried liking it. I usually like all bikes. This one corners well. But that's not excuse to the rest of the for the huge amount of problems it has. Look how I have to stop. I have to put my foot, keep it there, and because I'm scared of dropping it up into the center stands, and then it nearly falls over backwards. Oh, and it has another really cool feature. Look, I'm going to start her up. It's neutral, right? Yeah, it's warming up. That's cool. Oh, why is the wheel turning? And now it's not that bad, because when it's cold it spins up really fast. Look at this. Why is the wheel turning by itself? It's in neutral. It's not even first gear. Oh, yeah, and if this would be working okay. Look, I'm in first gear and the side stands down. Ain't that useful? Look. So there's no safety features here. You can literally buy this one off the lot and start her up and ride home with the side stand down. Yeah, I tried liking this one, but I fully understand why the guy says this is the worst buy he ever did, because this is frankly, it's bad. It's really bad, okay? Well, there you have it. I don't like all bikes, even though I try, but this one just takes the cream. The only thing it does moderately well is cornering. Cornering is nice on this one. Other than that, nothing works on this bike. Suspension's good at the potholes, but I didn't even dare test it going fast-ish. I did it on the Portuguese video. I did a relatively fast turn, 80 kph, where with my NC700 I did it at 140, so that's quite not fast enough, but that's all it does. Doesn't even break 100 kilometers per hour. I hope it doesn't, because at 80 is already unstable enough. It's got a horrible fit and finish, horrible build quality. It's not built to last. It does not last. It corrodes everywhere. Tires are bad, weird dimensions. Brakes are horrible. The clutch jolts. This is a 3-year-old bike that looks 30. I seriously doubt the front headlamp works anything decent. Instruments are horrible. They look like they've been built in a hardware store by a dime and a half. The seat is relatively comfortable, but it vibrates so much. Your hands go numb, your feet go numb, your thighs go numb. It's crap. Well, that's it. Catch your out.